Hello there. I'm so glad that you're here today because we're talking about something that could change the way you experience your body and your health forever. I'm going to share 5 early signs that your body is trying to get your attention. Now, these aren't dramatic breakdowns or emergency level symptoms. These are the whispers that your body starts to shout. And if you learn to listen early, you can prevent struggle, pain, and unnecessary confusion. I have spent over 25 years as a medical intuitive and master healer helping people decode the messages their bodies are sending. And this is what I have found. Your body always speaks. But most people don't know how to listen. Let's change that. Sign number 1, you're always tired, even after getting a full night's rest. Let's start with the one I see most often, and that is constant fatigue. Not just being tired after a long day, but waking up tired, moving through your day in a fog, feeling like you are dragging no matter what you do. Here's the truth. Fatigue is rarely about laziness. It's normally a signal. Your body may be carrying emotional overload, fighting a low-grade inflammation. It could be burning out your adrenals from chronic stress, or holding unprocessed trauma that's draining your energy. A client came to me exhausted, despite a clean diet and 8 hours of sleep. What I saw in her body and her field was long-held grief that was in her lungs and pressure that was in her adrenal glands. Once we addressed the emotional root, her energy returned without a single supplement change. So the question is, if your fatigue could speak, what would it say? What are you tired of? What's weighing you down emotionally, mentally, or spiritually? Sign number 2, reoccurring aches and pains in the same place. All right, so next up, these reoccurring discomforts in the same part of the body. Perhaps it's the same headache every few weeks, the same hip that flares when you're overwhelmed. Or perhaps it's the same neck tension that you didn't have until you started feeling as though life was out of control. So here is what I have found. Most people think that physical pain is the first sign that something's wrong. But in truth, it's the last sign that something's wrong. Long before pain shows up in the body, your energy and emotions have already been trying to get your attention. The body has a memory. And when pain keeps showing up in the same place, it's not just physical. It's often where your body has been storing unprocessed emotions and energy. Here's an example. Neck pain can reflect the pressure of holding everything together. Hip pain. Hip pain oftentimes relates to fear of moving forward in life or part of your major support system changing. Gut pain. Gut pain may be signals that you don't feel safe or trusting your instincts. Physical pain is real, but it's also a messenger. When you learn to listen to what it's saying, your healing can go much deeper, and you can put a stop and a resolution to this before it ever has to create anything that is far more problematic. So here's a practice. Next time a symptom repeats, pause, focus into your body, and ask, what was I just thinking or feeling before that symptom occurred? What was I just thinking or feeling before that symptom occurred? Your body is linking emotional information to physical areas. Sign number 3, you're emotionally overreacting. Now, we have all had this at times. Have you ever burst into tears over something tiny, or felt sudden rage, anger, or overwhelm, perhaps even panic at no clear trigger? Those aren't just emotional moments. They're often body level alerts. Your nervous system may be overloaded, and your gut and brain access may be inflamed, and your body may be trying to get you to slow down, rest, or finally deal with what's been simmering. I had one woman come to me after 3 major meltdowns in a week. She thought she was losing it, but what I saw was a backed up liver and an energy system that was running on fumes. Her body couldn't filter emotions properly because it was so overwhelmed physically. Once we supported the body, the emotional flooding stopped. Here's a tip. When your reaction doesn't match the situation, ask your body, what are you holding that I haven't seen or been willing to feel? Sign number 4, random skin flares or digestive shifts. The skin and the gut are the most honest storytellers of your inner world. Sudden rashes, acne, hives, or bloating, constipation, or nausea are not random. Your skin is often trying to release what your system can't handle. And your gut is trying to signal that something you're taking in physically, emotionally, or energetically isn't sitting right. A client broke out in hives every time that she visited her mother's home, but she had no allergies. Her body was reacting to the emotional toxicity. Once she learned how to energetically protect herself, then the hives disappeared. Here is a reflection point. What are you swallowing or suppressing that your body can't tolerate anymore? Sign number 5. You feel off, but you can't explain it. The most overlooked early sign is the subtle inner knowing that something isn't right, but no one else can see it. You feel disconnected, strange, like something's out of balance. But your tests come back normal, and people just tell you it's stress. This is when intuition matters the most. That off feeling usually is a first warning signal. A client had come to me with no clear symptoms, just a sense of dread and fatigue. I saw an energetic disruption around her heart. She got it checked out, and 2 months later caught a heart condition in its very early stages. Physical illness, injury, disease does not have to fully manifest if we can catch it ahead of time by paying attention. Look, you don't need proof to trust your knowing. Waiting until something is measurable often means that you've already waited too long. The body starts speaking and acting in small, quiet ways. That over time will get louder and louder until such time that something major occurs that completely stops you in your tracks. So let's recap what we've learned. Your body speaks in subtle, early ways. Persistent fatigue, reoccurring physical discomfort, emotional overwhelm or outbursts, skin or gut changes, and a quiet inner sense that something's off. Each of these is an invitation, not a punishment. An invitation to listen more deeply, respond more gently, and support yourself more completely. Here's a simple practice. Tonight, before you go to bed, place your hand on your heart and ask, what are you trying to tell me? Then be still and let your body answer in the only language that it knows, by a feeling, an image, a sensation, a word that comes into your mind, or a sentence, or even a quiet whisper. Your healing begins when you start listening to what your body already knows. If this video has resonated with you, leave a comment below. What's your body trying to tell you? And if you're ready to go deeper into medical intuition, whether for your own healing or to help others, I invite you to explore my website at www.kimseer.com. Thank you for being here. Trust your body. It knows.